Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Pinterest 2025 festive webinar. Thank you all so much for joining. We know that calendars are quickly filling up as we get closer to peak season, so we really appreciate you joining us today. We have a really exciting agenda for you, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. So with that, let's get into some intros and today's agenda. Just going to wait for the slides to come up. Just bear with us one moment. Okay, great. Well, I'm Nikhil. I look after the Australia and New Zealand indie agency business here at Pinterest. And today I'm also joined by my colleagues, Nicole and Molly, who you'll be hearing more over the course of today's webinar. Today, we'll be covering key Pinterest platform and audience insights, followed by how you can take all of this information and theory and apply it in Pinterest ads. And finally, Molly will cover some case studies to illustrate just how brands have already implemented Pinterest ads and their amazing results. Okay, so this year we know that the festive season is a high stakes moment, and it's likely the biggest sales period of the entire year for your brands as well. And as a marketer, you're under greater pressure than ever to drive performance, essentially. So that's why it's so important that, and you owe it to yourself to not box yourself in this peak season and avoid investing in just a couple of dominant platforms. And here's why. So the way your audience is spending their time online and how they shop is changing drastically. That means that if you only focus your media dollars on these dominant platforms, you're missing opportunities to reach them in the right moment. Search, for example, is changing as Gen Z and millennials flock to social rather than search engines. And time spent on entertainment-based social platforms is declining, particularly for these same younger audiences. And when it comes to e-com, shoppers are increasingly cautious about what they buy. They're becoming more selective and spending more time planning. And so as we see these customer journeys being stretched out, it's no longer enough for you to reach them on platforms that offer the last point of purchase, right? The opportunities to reach them earlier in their decision-making journey. And here's some proof points. So 2025 is the year that eMarketer projects Google's share of the search market will fall below 50%. And that will be the first time since eMarketer began tracking it. And some TalkShop survey data as well, saying that 63% of consumers have become more selective about what they splurge on, and 44% have spent more time planning and researching their purchases. Some other factors to consider is that your audience is being inundated with thousands of ads every day. And this is making it even harder for your brands to break through and win conversions. Not only are we seeing more ads, the ads we're seeing are actually becoming less relevant. And research shows that this irrelevance is amplified on platforms where tuned out users are passively scrolling instead of actively engaging. So chances are that more of your ad dollars are just going to wash over your audience and aren't going to break through unless they're hyper relevant to what they're looking for. So essentially relevance is key. And on entertainment-based social media platforms, users aren't necessarily looking for your brands. And to illustrate this, right, if we rewind back to Q4 last year, global ad impressions on Meta grew by only 6% year on year. This is a small growth number and points to advertisers seeing diminishing returns as audiences are saturated and their users suffer from ad fatigue. And the sheer amount of advertising content that people see every day actually encourages people to tune you out instead of tuning into your message. So 25% of consumers say they'd be more loyal to brands that have fewer but more relevant ads. And 54% of consumers agree that advertising is more appealing when it's tailored to their needs. And on top of all of this, these days, you're actually paying a premium to even compete. Resources are tight, costs are rising, and reaching your audience is getting more expensive, especially during this peak season, right? You're paying a premium to advertise with the duopoly, but are you actually standing out on those platforms? In a world of so much clutter online, you shouldn't have to pay premium to stand out. You need to find platforms that help you to efficiently achieve your performance goals and drive results at every stage of the funnel this peak season, where you can connect with your audience in the most relevant moments. And so let's quickly just summarize what you're up against, right? You're facing challenging or changing audience behaviors across the internet from how they're searching and to how they're shopping. The markets that as marketers, you're facing a bit of a crisis of relevance where your options are dominated by a few platforms that promise reach but cannot guarantee relevance, all while paying premium prices where you and your competitors spend time outbidding each other for a chance to break through. And all of this is taking place in a media landscape that's becoming increasingly unstable and uncertain as time goes on. So think platform bans in the US, antitrust cases in Europe and the US, and locally, a ban on under 16s being imposed later this year. So this is why, in order to win peak season, you need to actively diversify your media plan. It's critical to diversify beyond traditional tactics and beyond the duopoly. Now's not the time to stick to the same old festive playbooks. Instead, you need to think more like a portfolio manager and layer in low risk, high reward investments that can protect your brand from risk, future-proof your strategy, and help your brand realize the full upside potential this peak season. So don't miss out this peak season. Think outside the box with Pinterest. You need to diversify, and we're ready for you. Add us to your digital marketing plan and try Pinterest out for your new opportunities as well. Look, we've grown a lot over the past couple of years, and you'll be hearing more about this from Nicole and Molly as well. But essentially, Pinterest is a positive, brand safe space that's now more shoppable, engaging, and performant. And a growing number of Pinterest users are using Pinterest as their go-to visual search engine and shopping destination. Okay, so let's get into some specifics, starting with audiences. So your Q4 audience is on Pinterest in a big way. We have a growing audience, over 580 million monthly active users spanning every demographic and geography. And that includes over 8.5 million in Australia alone. So that includes from Gen Z, which is our largest and fastest growing demographic, to millennials, Gen X, and boomers as well. So your audience is on Pinterest because here they can find the visual inspiration they want and the tools to bring that inspiration to life. Whether they're hunting for a Kris Kringle gift or shopping for their best friend or planning a Chrissy getaway with the whole fam, like on Pinterest, they can find ideas that matter to them, and then when they find them, can save them to Pinterest boards. And as a platform, we're aging down as well. So Gen Z loves Pinterest. They make up over 40% of our global monthly active users. And in Australia, Pinterest reaches almost 60% of all the Gen Zs. And they're our fastest growing and most engaged audience as well. In fact, Gen Z pinners are 19% more likely to say that Pinterest is their first destination for shopping inspiration. And while on Pinterest, people are open-minded and actively making gift and shopping decisions, right? 97% of searches on Pinterest are unbranded, meaning that, people come to Pinterest and they might have an idea of what they're looking for, but don't have a specific brand in mind. And 69% of pinners say that they're open to trying a new brand. So it's a perfect opportunity for your brand to show up. And on Pinterest, your audience isn't leaned back and distracted like they might be on other platforms. Rather, they're leaned in, actively searching, saving, and shopping. 60% of pinners say that they use Pinterest to help them actually decide what to buy. And when people start shopping on Pinterest, their shopping depth and shopping breadth is greater than non-Pinterest users. And by this, I mean that Pinterest users are significantly more likely to take part in key shopping moments like Black Friday, Cyber Weekend, Christmas, Boxing Day versus non-Pinterest users. But second to that, they're shopping right throughout Q4, even into the new year. And if that wasn't enough, they're spending more money throughout the season as well, over 30% more than people who aren't on Pinterest. Pinterest has unique capabilities and tools that are led by our visual search technology. And it results in a more curated, highly relevant view of what a person wants, where ads actually feel like content and are actually additive actually enhancing the overall Pinterest experience. And as a result, people actually scroll 3 times slower on Pinterest than they do on other platforms. And this directly results in higher ad viewability and higher ad recall as well. Now, I want to turn briefly to the positivity of the Pinterest platform. So Pinterest is a different kind of shopping platform. We're not where you necessarily go for quick last-minute transactions or where you might panic buy, gifts for your in-laws. I mean, it can happen, but people are mostly here for a positive, joyful, intentional shopping experience where you can follow a more human-led journey of discovery. And our industry-leading visual search lets them go broad and deep to visualize what they want. They can curate, make wish lists, save ideas to boards, and convert when they're ready. And so for brands, you can reach them at any stage of this journey, all at the most relevant moments, all in a more positive, brand-safe space. And when the shopping experience happens in a positive environment like Pinterest, performance gets a boost as well. I'd encourage all of you to have a look at some of this Magna research. It analyzed simulations and concluded that the same ad seen in a positive environment has twice the trustworthiness attached to it. And the study also concluded that a positive online environment can double purchase intent. And brands like yours can generate almost a quarter more in sales simply by showing up in a viewable and positive environment like Pinterest. Okay, so the last few slides were very USP heavy, but what does all of this translate to for brands that choose to advertise on Pinterest? Well, over the past 2 years, as a global organization, we've focused on making Pinterest more actionable and shoppable and more performant for our partners. And here are some of the proof points, right? Outbound clicks to advertiser sites have doubled year over year. Click volumes have increased globally by 170%. Click-based conversions have increased by 51%. And last year, advertisers who ran full funnel on Pinterest saw 154% growth in their return on ad spend compared to advertisers who didn't run full funnel. So with brands already seeing incredible performance results over the last 12 months, it's timely for you to give Pinterest a go. Now, this brings us to the end of the first section of today's webinar. So I'll leave you with a quick summary. Number one, marketers are investing too much on the duopoly. Sure, it drives reach, but you're losing efficiency with falling engagement. Number two, Pinterest has invested a lot as a platform over the last couple of years to ensure that we meet your performance expectations, and we've been seeing some tremendous results. Number three, people are shopping for peak now, so you need to start advertising on Pinterest today to avoid missing out. Number four, users on Pinterest come to the platform with intent as opposed to doom scrolling entertainment value. So this means high retention and engagement on Pinterest, which translates directly to higher ad viewability and recall. Number five, Pinterest's positive environment means people are more likely to spend more this peak season compared to non-Pinterest users. And finally, number six, all of this culminates in better performance outcomes for brands. So how can you actually physically get started? Well, it's my pleasure to hand over to Nicole, our regional product marketing lead, to tell you more. Over to you, Nicole.
Thanks so much, Nikhil. Hi, everyone. I'm Nicole, and I'm excited to walk you through how to set yourself up for success this festive season. To succeed, you have to start early. Now, this is our high-level, year-long plan for success. And as you can see, starting as early as Q2, we really recommend setting the foundation with your catalog, conversion setup, and measurement plan. If you haven't already, it's not too late to start. The next step is experimentation and testing. Create meaningful test plans to know exactly what to prioritize during the festive season. Then starting in October, use your learnings and begin campaign development and delivery. Finally, end with a push in Q5 to help maximize results on our platform, really taking advantage of that favorable marketplace. Now, to simplify this even further, we'll walk you through a 3-step approach that you can use to plan for the festive season on Pinterest. Your first step is to review your previous performance, as well as your Pinterest foundations to ensure you're set up for success. The second step is to align on defining what success looks like and identifying your festive KPIs. Finally, your third step is to prepare by documenting your testing plans and the product experiments you want to run this summer to gather key learnings that you can leverage. So here's your checklist. These actions are aligned with the 3 key areas for building your strategy and to help you maximize results for the festive season. Now let's dive into step 1, reviewing your foundations. First, it's really to leverage and learn from last year's data. And data is something we have in abundance on Pinterest. Review the Pinterest peaks from last year's festive season. We can see that festive saves and searches, as Nikhil mentioned, really began rising as early as July and peaked in November, which highlights the opportunity in engaging people early in their discovery journey on Pinterest, ensuring that your brand and products are already in the consideration set by the time peak season hits. We also know that people on Pinterest spend more across the festive season, with 68% planning to spend even more on gifting this year. With Q4 sales accelerating on Pinterest, you can't miss this opportunity to harness the spending power of your audience. So let's dive deeper into some top purchase categories that ended up in Pinterest shoppers' carts this past holiday and retail peak season. The top purchase categories include apparel and accessories, toys and games, luggage and bags, furniture, exercise and fitness, and personal care products. We'll also see a deeper dive into these categories throughout the webinar, but the takeaway here is to consider focusing your sales on key products pinners are more likely to be thinking about during the festive season. Now, we've just learned about a few insights on the shopping intent of people on Pinterest. A next step you can take is to upload your full product catalog. A catalog helps retailers lay the foundation of their festive success. It enables retailers to showcase their products on Pinterest to people searching for ideas and discovering with intent. Having a complete product feed can improve auction favorability, lower CPM and CPC, increase relevance and reach, and drive both engagement and qualified traffic. In fact, advertisers with larger product feeds on Pinterest see on average 3.8 times higher ROAS compared to those with smaller feeds. And the more you can improve your feed health, the better your results will be. So before the festive season kicks in, spend time now optimizing your feed data by making sure your product titles are relevant, creating detailed product descriptions, and adding high quality imagery. Taking the time to optimize your feed is well worth the effort. It will drive increased relevance and reach, improved engagement, qualified traffic, and so much more. You'll also want to solidify your measurement foundations by setting up your measurement infrastructure for the year. Ensure you've got Pinterest Conversion API, or also known as CAPI, and the Pinterest tag set up to enhance your data collection and conversion visibility all year long. Both solutions help drive your competitiveness during must-win seasons like the peak season. In fact, last year, advertisers that turned on CAPI ahead of the festive season saw 65% higher year-on-year growth in conversion rate than advertisers that didn't. Now, when setting up your conversion solutions, we encourage you to strive for a good event quality score to see the most optimal performance on Pinterest. The scores range from needs improvement, fair, and good, and they're viewable in your Pinterest Ads Manager under the conversion section than under event quality, like you can see here in this screenshot. So a good score helps ensure your signals are accurate and strong, which is crucial for optimizing your performance. As you can see on the slide here, advertisers with at least a fair EQS or event quality score saw much more meaningful results compared to advertisers who were in a needs improvement status. So leverage the event quality score tab in Ads Manager to evaluate the quality of your signals, events, and integrations. While CAPI and the event quality score are not the same, they actually complement each other in improving ad performance. So the event quality score ensures high quality data by offering insights and recommendations, driving the effectiveness of your campaigns when used alongside CAPI. Now, let's deep dive into last year's top growing purchase categories from the key retail peak season. These insights really provide a glimpse into how people on Pinterest are planning, searching, and shopping across the festive season. We know that there's an even stronger interest in accessories purchase categories among Pinterest shoppers during the Black Friday Cyber Monday weekend, closely followed by apparel. In Australia, these are the top over-index searches. It's men's shoes, women's bags, activewear, and jewelry and accessories. As you plan your strategy for this festive season, review the insights that really matter most for your brand. Then think about the measurement foundations you'll need to measure success for your festive efforts this year. All right, so let's move on to the next step, which is to align on what success looks like. Here is what we recommend doing to get everyone on the same page with the same goals as you head into the festive season. Define what success means for your brand. Ensure everyone shares the same basic understanding of what success will look like in 2025. Identify key opportunities, align on resourcing and measurement, and decide what insights you want to use to set your goals and align everyone on those KPIs. Once you've defined success and KPIs for your brand, you can enhance your campaigns with automation. Now, with Pinterest Performance Plus, you have access to all the best automation capabilities right at your fingertips, while ensuring you keep full control and visibility over the experience. So you can choose from individual solutions for your manual campaigns across all campaign objectives, like using Pinterest Performance Plus budgets or using Pinterest Performance Plus targeting to help you with specific goals. Or you can also enable the full Pinterest Performance Plus suite to simplify campaign creation with fewer inputs. When you use the full suite, you can drive optimizations across the consideration, conversion, and catalog sales campaign objectives. And we've seen that advertisers who use Pinterest Performance Plus in catalog sales campaigns see an average 20% improvement in cost per acquisition compared to their business as usual campaign setup. Now, if maximizing your conversion value is a key goal of yours, we'd recommend at minimum using Pinterest Performance Plus bidding solutions. Now, Pinterest Performance Plus bidding and ROAS bidding help you optimize towards your goals your way. Pinterest Performance Plus bidding focuses on maximizing the number of conversions within your set budget, whereas Pinterest Performance Plus ROAS bidding aims to maximize the total value of conversions for that same budget. So whether your priority is getting the most conversions for that budget or maximizing the value of each conversion, Pinterest for Performance Plus bidding solutions can help you achieve those goals. Now you can also reach the right audience with automation. You can target shoppers who are already in love with your brand, or you can retarget people based on their activity, such as what they viewed on your site or what they saved in their cart. Pinterest Performance Plus targeting uses the best intent signals available on Pinterest, helping you drive stronger campaign performance based on what we know about your audience. In fact, leveraging Pinterest Performance Plus targeting drove an average 5% reduction in cost per acquisition compared to campaigns without it. Now, the final step is to connect your business goals and marketing objectives with specific measurement sources. Ensure everyone has the visibility by aligning your goals and objectives with the measurement strategies and tools that will clearly show results. This alignment increases transparency and strengthens your overall festive strategy. It also ensures you can accurately track and account for every investment you make on the platform this year. All right, to break it up a bit, it's time for another Insights deep dive. We'll take a look at different top growing purchase categories from last year's Black Friday Cyber Monday data. So health and beauty is another top purchase category during the holiday season, particularly when it comes to gifting, which also includes self-gifting. I'm sure I'm not the only one capitalizing on these key sale periods to restock on my own health and beauty products, but the most searched categories are body care and skincare, closely followed by fragrances and cosmetic brand searches. Now, to wrap up this section, remember to consider how you want to define success for your brand and ensure everyone is aligned on the KPIs that matter most. Decide which tools and insights will help you achieve your goals and clearly demonstrate results for your Pinterest campaigns. Now I'll be handing over to my colleague Molly to take you through the third and final step in planning for the festive season.
Thanks, Nick. Hi, everyone. I'll be taking you through step 3, prepare. This final step will help you get ready for the festive period by focusing on the creative and products you need for a successful campaign. With the festive season just around the corner and advertisers planning earlier every year, we recommend focusing on the 3 key areas for preparation. Firstly, creating a plan for how you'll scale and optimize high-quality seasonal content. Second, exploring opportunities to drive performance across the funnel and not just in one objective or with one audience. And third, meet with our team. We are here to help you learn about new tools and innovative strategies that you can start implementing now. So the key to a successful campaign is selecting the right formats and products to use in your festive strategy. Our ad suite continues to grow, giving you so many ways to meet your audience on the platform. We offer a range of products recommended for each phase of the customer journey. So as you align your goals and your measurement strategy, also prepare to use specific ad formats and features that match each stage. Think about how you want to reach your audience at every point in their journey. So now I'm going to walk you through some of the key solutions on this slide that you can leverage. So firstly, think about how you want to scale your product catalog with high quality content. This is where you can use Pinterest Performance Plus Creative to scale visually arresting content. New features this season bring you advanced preview, automatic cropping, and brightness technology, all to help you optimize your visuals for the user experience. This is an opportunity to drive better results and added enhancements to your product creative. When you want to grow your sales, consider shopping ads. Shopping ads are the best way to help drive higher ROAS and conversions on the platform. You can choose standard shopping ads to feature a single product, or you can use collections to showcase multiple. Determine which solution best aligns to your goals, and then drive more engagement using dynamic retargeting. You can use our range of shopping ads to drive consideration and conversions, all in a highly relevant and personalized way. So for best results, as Nick said, we recommend uploading your entire product catalog and providing as much information as possible. Now let's talk about one of our newest ad solutions, promotions. Advertisers can now promote their products and custom sale, discount, and strike-through pricing. Promotions are a great way to attract new customers and also move existing customers further down the funnel. This new feature helps surface your products with a clear price comparison to ultimately drive more conversions and sales this festive season. All right, this is our final deep dive into insights for purchase decisions happening on Pinterest. This is a list of last year's top growing home product purchases. So you can see we've got users seeking to upgrade their living spaces with home accessories and organization, as well as big ticket furniture items. We also see pinners looking to prep their homes for summer holiday hosting, making sure their outdoor areas and their gardens are looking good. So as you prepare for peak shopping season, consider how you could scale and optimize your content to reach people searching during this time. You can use available tools like the Pinterest Trends tool to determine what are the growing opportunities that could help you drive engagement and sales. Now, let's bring these tips to life with a Pinterest case study from Australia's own Breville. To unlock the results they were aiming for, Breville knew they needed to spot emerging trends before competitors even saw them coming. And Pinterest offered what other platforms couldn't: early trend intelligence. Breville's trend-aligned content delivered an impressive 53% higher click-through versus benchmark and 3 times higher engagement versus their standard holiday creative. And here's how they made it happen. Breville wanted to boost engagement and brand love during the busy holiday period. They used the Pinterest Trends tool to tap into emerging holiday searches, finding that gingerbread martinis were set to grow. They used this insight to build a multi-objective campaign that felt festive and fun, and they reimagined their appliances as gingerbread art. As a place where people go from inspiration to action, Pinterest presented Breville the perfect opportunity to connect holiday momentum into action. And when gingerbread martini season arrived, Breville was ready. This leap of faith proves something really powerful. In a world of reactive marketing, the brands that win are the ones that see around corners. Their data-driven and innovative creative approach served as a powerful driver for their brand and also helped them to stand out in what is a really noisy time of year. So let's walk through the key takeaways from their strategy. Consider a multi-objective or a full funnel approach to meet your campaign goals. Start by looking back, use the Pinterest Trends tool now to explore last year's seasonal trends for inspo. And third, use this tool as you go this season to find valuable user insights and search behavior, and then make data-driven decisions about which products to highlight and how to position them for maximum engagement. So to recap, here is your 3-step approach to future-proof your festive strategy. I think it goes without saying, start early and capture action intent before the peak season begins. Review your current strategy and ensure you have a solid foundation and measurement strategy in place. Align your KPIs by defining what success looks like and make sure everyone is on the same page for meeting KPIs. And finally, with your foundation and your measurement plans in place, now is the time to start any testing and experimentation to make sure that you're prepared for launch. So with that, let's move to the Q&A.